I'm gonna get my chat pulled up and then we'll get moving. It has been an extra long day today. Extra long day today. I was unsure if we were gonna make it to this tonight. No, we're always gonna make the live, but extra long day. All right, let's get moving, guys. What's up? What's up, Jay? How's it going, Chase? Hold on one second. What's up, Saray? You said what's up on time tonight? I mean, being late? No, we've been doing the 11 o'clock streams for a while, Chase. We've been doing 11 o'clocks for a minute. It's just easier to do the 11 o'clocks because the gym's completely cleared out. So, and people have been in here later and later recently. So, but the reason for that is so a lot of people don't realize this, but in the fitness industry, you have like periods of super high activity in gyms, right? And people normally it's January, right? So normally January is like the busiest time of year for gyms. At least it used to be. It used to be January. You had all the New Year's resolutioners coming in. So usually January is like, oh, there's going to be a ton of people in the gym. Well, after COVID, January was no longer like the big month for the gym anymore. For most gyms that I've been to or worked in, January no longer is the big month. It's actually February and March. So, oh, gotcha, Chase. Yeah, March is hugely busy now in gyms, hugely busy. Nice, Marty, nice. But hopefully here soon we'll be getting like tons of time where we can do like mid-afternoon streams and everything else. I want to mix it up and make sure everybody gets a chance to get in here. The poll went great. I've got some footage, a little bit of footage that I'm going to post later. I've got to do some editing to it because there was definitely some music playing. So it'll be in short form because I think I can leave the music in if it's in short form. So I hit legs every night, the goat, every night. But yeah, so we did the fire truck poll today. It was a charity poll. It was a fun time. It was a lot of good people out there. Team showed up. It was for the kids. It wasn't like anything that we're taking like you have to win. We wanted to win, obviously. We're competitive, but all right. Yeah, I'll be posting it tonight. I think, because I gotta get it edited up tonight too. So let's get warmed up. Always bulking. So, you know what else? I didn't realize how much it was going to take out of me to go to that fire truck pole, like physically. You guys know this, obviously, but the fact that we stream at this time of night, I love it's great for my schedule normally, but the fire truck poll kicked off at I had to be there like 9 to register everything. I was one of the organizers as far as the team that we had I was the organizer for the team, so I had to be there to make sure everybody was arriving on time. Meaning I showed up at the fire truck poll to prepare with 3 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep and some yogurt on my stomach and a glass of milk. So with no caffeine to be seen. So it was definitely, it wore on me a little bit to do that today, but it was worth it. No, you're good, Chase. You're good. You're good. I understand what you were saying now. I just misunderstood. I wasn't offended either way. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Chase. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was worth doing. It was super, super awesome. It was fun to be a part of, and I'll definitely do it again next year if I get the opportunity. But I will tell you, 3 hours of sleep and then yanking a fire truck, even with 10 people, a 14,000-pound fire truck is a lot of weight to move. So we might do some challenges tonight, Bryson. I'm not sure yet. All right, let me grab this. This is 225. We're going to grab this real quick, and then we'll move on to the next lift. I think someone asked me what the kilos were. I'll do the math. Hold on. I'm not going to try and do any math in my head right now. I don't have enough sleep to do that. About 100 kilo, a little over 100 kilo. All right, let's grab this just for a triple, and then we'll add some weight. We're still warming up. Still warming up. What's up, Gerald? How's it going, Akeem and Aren? Welcome, welcome, everybody. How's it going, Dustin? Whew. All right. Easy weight. Let's add some more. Let's add some more. Go 245 for a single real quick, guys. And then we'll go 265 for a single. And then we'll start working on some other stuff. Yeah, the likes help a lot, guys. Liking the video helps a lot. It really does. Super appreciated, by the way. So we got to figure out what we're doing for tomorrow's stream. I haven't really given it any thought. I was thinking another cooking stream and then a challenge stream. There's a lot of things I was looking into. I might put up a poll tonight and have you guys vote on it. No, we don't do any cardio, gamer guy. No, I didn't, Chase. I didn't get the chance to see it. All right, let me grab this and then we'll talk some more. Let's wait. $265 is next. Oh, this summer as well. I think I mentioned it, but I've kind of started to work out the details on how we're going to have to do it. One of the things I'm going to be doing is I actually started looking into the cost of it all. I'm going to be setting up a really nice home gym. So somewhere where we can do some recording from during the day, just in case this ever gets too busy for us to use. So I plan on doing that, and I kind of want to stream the whole process, like me refinishing the entire garage, turning it into like a proper gym where I can train from. So I'm talking about powerlifting equipment, all the best stuff. So, and I can actually pick out pieces of equipment that I want to have. So. What's up, Strawberry? We're not going to do any power cleans. That's definitely not on the routine. I appreciate it, biker. All right, let me add some more weight to it real quick. I need to grab some plates. I'll be right back. All right, let's add our weight to it. 315. Oh, that's 315 pounds. I'll do the kilo measurement for you, or conversion for you guys. Hold on. 315. I should know these conversions at this point in my life, but I'm not going to pretend to. 143 kilo. So 315 pounds, 143 kilo. So we're going to grab this for one. We're going to grab this for one. And then we'll add some more weight. We're still warming up, guys. We're still warming up. Well, we're still warming up, PJ. We'll drop back down and do some reps later. So we'll drop back down for some reps later. We're just getting warm. All right, let's get it. Move my milk out of the way. Move my milk out of the way. All right, let's go. Ooh. It's solid work, Thomas. It's solid work. Loading those. I'd be pretty good at loading that up, I'm sure. I'm sure. Ugh. I'll be more than happy to help. I like lifting heavy objects. We're going to add another 10 pounds. We're going to do a 325 real quick. Yeah, we got someone pushing 585 at Nationals. It's solid work, Thomas. Whew. Ugh. 3,800 pounds of rotors and drums. Yeah, no, I imagine you just shouldered the whole thing and tossed it in, right? I believe it or not, my first like real adult job was mechanic work. So very familiar. Those are always awkward to load, like unless you have them boxed. Like they're not fun to carry, like rotors and pieces of like engine equipment. There's no like good grip points for most things. So especially when you're doing multiple at once. Yes, I bench 6 days a week. Actually, I'll tell you a story when I was a mechanic, right? So one of my worst moments as a mechanic, you ready for this? Had to do with brakes, actually, believe it or not. Just before I became a mechanic. So I was actually porting cars at the time for a dealership. So I was parking cars for the dealership. And I'd clean the bays for the mechanics and stuff. This is before I transitioned over to being a mechanic. I was very young at the time. They wanted me to clean out all of the brake rotor dust that we had underneath the lathes. And they're like, hey, yeah, go grab those brake rotor dust boxes and go dump them in the garbage bins out back, right? The giant garbage bins. So, so I grab the boxes, I throw them in the back of our like shop pickup truck that we had, which is always ragged out, But the problem is that we had, people that were messy would spill oil on these boxes, right? Or buy these boxes. And these boxes would soak up. We got them in the truck just fine, but me being me, I thought it was, more convenient at the time, being 18 years old, to just throw it over the top from the back of the pickup truck instead of like lugging them in, right? And I was a lot smaller at the time. So here I am with probably like 50 to 80 pounds of brake rotor dust in a cardboard box soaked with oil overhead, trying to move it into the top of the trash can, and it just bursts open. And brake rotor dust in my eyes, and my nose, and my mouth. It was awful. It was awful. Worst experience. One of the worst experiences I ever had in the shop, for sure. It's one of those ones where you got to go home and like contemplate your career choices. So it's not what made me leave the automotive industry, but it was close. It's impossible to get out. I had like oily brake rotor like pieces under my eyelid, like. But you wash it off and you get back to work type thing, right? All right, we got 325 on here. We're gonna grab this real quick. Why I decided to leave the auto industry? I didn't like working on cars. I did it out of necessity. All right, let me grab this real quick. Yeah, it was the brake rooter dust. That's what did it. No, after that happened, I did still move forward in the auto industry. I still worked in the auto industry for like another 4 years post that. It eventually became something I didn't want to do anymore. So, and I'll say, 100%. So a lot of people don't realize this. Mechanics don't make enough money for what they do. They don't make bad money, but when you're not working for yourself as a mechanic, even when you're working for yourself a lot of the time, when you're not working for yourself as a mechanic, you're not getting paid what you should be getting paid. So it's not the best pay for the work. I'll tell you that. Mechanic work wears on you physically, and not only from like a tired standpoint, but your health in general. It's a very, very dangerous job. A lot of people don't realize. I watch people get hit in the head with large pieces of car parts coming out of cars are above them. Things move and shift, and a bolt comes loose. And I watched a guy get knocked from standing straight up to flat on his back. Got hit in the head. So they were adjusting something, and they loosened something incorrectly, and the entire frame or part of the frame shifted, and he was right against it. And it hit him in the top of the forehead, and he went from this grown man standing straight up to flat on his back instantly. So it's not the worst job in the world, but it's obviously not the right amount of pay for something like that. So. And you have to buy your own tools. Right, I'll tell you what, those Snap-on truck guys, those Mac tool truck guys, killing it. Ain't no way. I only ever bought a few things from them, only specialized equipment, like brake spreaders and stuff. But I'll tell you right now, those guys just like stacking money. A wrench, like $40 for a wrench. It's like, what? Oh yeah, the day I walked onto that tool truck and he found out that I had moved on to actually working on the cars rather than moving cars around, he was like, "You want to go ahead and open up that credit line?" And I was like, I don't know about that yet. Yeah, 100%, Christian. It's no joke. I had a shop foreman, had been doing it for like 30 years, still had a credit line running with the Snap-on truck. 30 years of collecting tools, still had a credit line running. They're good tools, though. They are good tools. They are 100% good tools, but they are expensive. All right, let me grab this. We got 315, 320, 325, 330. You got 330 on here. We'll talk a little bit more. Oh, felt good. 330. Yeah, Chase. I saw plenty of people get hurt. Yeah. It wasn't like a daily occurrence, but I saw people break their foot. I actually had a good friend of mine. He's still a good friend of mine. He dropped a starter on his foot, like a starter on his foot, shattered his foot. I saw people. What else? I've seen people get hands caught in things. We had people get into accidents in the vehicles. There's all kinds of stuff that can happen. Burns are most common. I would say. If you've never touched a hot exhaust pipe while working on a car, you haven't lived yet, right? So You want something that's better than coffee to get you woken up. Touch a hot exhaust by accident while you're trying to pull something down from a car, all right? Touch a hot exhaust by accident, I dare you. You'll find out real quick. All right, we got 335 on 335 on here? Is that correct? Yeah, 335 on here. We're gonna grab 335. We're not quite at 4 plates. We don't have a spotter. We're not gonna do 4 plates. We don't have a spotter tonight. 355 is my 355 is my PR. I weigh 175 pounds. So yeah, I read them, Chase. I'm just trying to keep up with everything. That's rough. That's no good. You want to keep all your fingers, Chase. I weigh 175 pounds at the moment. All right, let me grab this. All right, we got 335. It happens a lot, Jacob. We're used to it here. All right, 335. You know, I have a double body weight bench press, and we're gonna get judgment either way. Yes, Thunder, we're going to be bulking for a while, actually. We're going to go up into the 200s. What's up, hero? What's up, Mike? 175-pound grizzly bear. I'm 5'11", 5'11". You know, so we're gonna go we're gonna 340 here. 340 here, guys. So there you guys hear about the Wes Watson thing? I'm sure everybody's heard about the Wes Watson thing, right? No, I'm natural. So have you guys heard about that yet? I've been powerlifting for about 3 years. 3 and some change, and I've been lifting total for 5 years. So if you guys aren't familiar with the Wes Watson thing, it's he got the charges on him. He's going to prison, it looks like. The guy showed up, and I think he showed up to, like, I don't know if he showed up to chat with him. I don't know exactly how it went down. I didn't watch the video. I didn't need to watch him. I watched a clip of it where they were beating him on the ground. But we'll skip over that part, right? The part I want to focus in on at the moment, because everybody's already delved into that and broken that down. He lied about his height, and supposedly he didn't want to get measured. He didn't want to take the photo in front of the thing at the jail, right? And because I think he said he was 6 foot, turns out he's 5'8". But he was actively attempting not to take the booking photo, if I'm not mistaken. So I was just reading about that or watching a video on it today. So yeah, this is more than 3 plates. We've got a little over 3 plates on here right now. Right now in kilos, this is more than 132 kilo. Right now, this is 315, 325, 335, 340 in pounds. So 340 pounds, it is 154 kilo. 154 kilo. I don't have a problem with him being 5'8", right? But you shouldn't lie because you're gonna get exposed at some point. You shouldn't lie. You're gonna get exposed, especially when you're lying. If you're not in the on camera in front of people all the time and you lie, that's one thing. You probably won't ever have a problem, right? No one's ever gonna check. But he was very much on camera all the time. Someone is eventually going to check. They have those guys on YouTube that measure people in cell phones or whatever. So. I take 15 grams of creatine a day. 15 grams of creatine a day. All right, let me grab this, guys. Don't forget to toss me a like, by the way. All right. 340 pounds, like 154 kilos, something like that. I got to look back at it, but 340 pounds for sure. All right, let's get it. Yeah, 154.5 kilo. So that's a possibility. We don't have a spotter though, so we'll 355 is my PR. We won't do any PR work because there is absolutely not another soul in this gym right now, so there's no spotters to be here today. So yeah, we drink milk. We drink milk during our workouts, 1.5 liters a night. Yeah, I usually stay 10 pounds under my PR when I don't have a spotter. So 10 to 15. So, all right, we're gonna go back to 315. We're gonna do some rep work, guys. We're gonna do some rep with 315. Considering I pulled a fire truck earlier on almost no sleep, this feels pretty good. I say I pulled. I pulled with a team of 10 people. Let me not do that. There's 10 of us, but I was on a team pulling a fire truck. 14,000 pound fire truck. Oh. All right. We've got a solid 315 on here. Oh, I appreciate the support, Brian. I appreciate the support, Brian. We'll see how many reps. We're about to find out how many reps, right? We're about to find out how many reps we're gonna do. Here, I'll set up a super chat goal while we rest. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I almost forgot to set it up. Put a 3-hour time limit on it. And we're going to set up the same one we had, 21 one-arm push-ups. And stream burnout. Boom. Super chat goal set, guys. All right, we're good to go. All right. I'm natural. So I don't partake. So, all right, let's grab this. We're gonna go for 3 reps. We might grab more if it feels good, but we know we got at least a 3 in the tank, right? So, tree fitting. It's like 142.5 kilo or something, or 143 kilos, something like that. All right. Yeah, it happens from time to time, Andrew. Yeah, I compete a few times a year. I'm a sponsored. I get paid to powerlift. I'm a competitive powerlifter, professional powerlifter. Yeah, I do have a family, full-time gig. This is I stay pretty busy. I stay pretty busy. Ooh, I got a large family. Large family. Yeah, the wife will be on the stream a little bit later. She always stops in. She always stops in and chats for a little while. What's up, doggies? Appreciate it, Christian. All right, that felt good. We got 315 for 3. We've got another 4 of these to get. So we're going to do singles. My PR is 355 at the moment, Grin Reaper. So I don't always train with pauses. We'll train with pauses from time to time, but pauses, you need to train both types. Pauses shouldn't be like every single lift you do, even when you're powerlifting competitively. You want to train more than what you're able to pause. It's going to help you get past those reps. And plus, pausing takes a lot of energy, so you'll get less out of your workout if you're constantly pausing every single rep. But both types of training are good. You just gotta get a good mixture. Some pause reps, some no pause. Usually I'll pause up to within 20 pounds of my PR. So like I have a 355 PR, I'll pause up to 335 from during training. So all right. Yeah, the science base has gotten out of hand. They have a good mindset. They want to do things right, but they've gone too far, a lot of them. So I don't do a lot of incline. I almost never do incline. If I do incline, it's almost always dumbbells. And the heaviest dumbbell we have here is hundreds, which we can get for 7 at a slight incline. So, all right. Let me grab this. We're gonna do this. We'll toss in some little creative reps. You want to do some creative work? So. Ugh. Some bicycle kicks, why not? Chris base lifter. It's great. That's great. Woo. Yeah, it felt good. It felt good. Felt good. Felt good. So bicycle kicks. We're gonna do some a Larson press on the next one. So. Do a Larson press on the next one. That's still good, Jax. It's all perspective. It's all perspective. I do vaguely remember that, Landon. Do vaguely remember that. I try and keep up with everybody, but my brain only does so much braining on a daily basis, I'm going to be honest. So, all right, let me grab another rep here. We're going to do Larson press, and then we'll have 2 more reps to go from there. 2 more reps to go from there. So we might just do a double 315 after that. All right. All strength is functional strength. There's no such thing as non-functional strength. So What's the heavy I did before? I've done 355 is my PR. We went up to 340 tonight, but 355 is my PR. So all strength is functional strength. It's just what is it functional for, right? Guys, so if anybody ever comes up and says, why do you care to be that strong, or why do you need to be that strong? Because that's the thing that people say, right? Like, when is that ever going to be useful, right? When has being strong ever been a disadvantage? There's never a disadvantage to being strong. It's only useful. It's only useful. God bless. All right, let me grab this real quick. Little pause, Larson 315 felt pretty good. Honestly, I didn't even mean to pause it. When I got down there, it just felt good. Hey Z, welcome back. Welcome back, Z. What's up? What's up? Being strong is always an advantage, guys. I would challenge you guys to give me a real life scenario where being strong is a disadvantage. Okay. There's very, very few, if any, situations where being strong is a disadvantage. Oh, we're gonna get one. We'll get one in the next one, Michael. I don't do those artificially. I don't know, like 20 something, Julian. We've done like 21 or 22, 23, somewhere in there. All right, let's grab this. One more 315 press tonight, guys. Nice, Z. Congrats. 355 is my PR on the bench at the moment. All right, let me lay back and grab this, guys. Because we did a triple. Wait. We did a triple. We did a bicycle kick. A Larson. We have 2 more reps to get, guys. We have 2 more reps to get. All right, let's get this moving. It's the best way to be, right, RPE? I'll say I want to do a video where I go to like a different commercial gym and just lift because it's always a fun time going. Like, people that lift with me here, they know me, they know what to expect out of me, even then it's still surprising a lot of the time. But the most fun is when you go to a gym where you haven't been before, right? And people they kind of get a little concerned when you start loading weight up. So 355 is my PR at the moment. 355 is my PR at the moment. I feel like if your surgeon is swole, you're in good hands, right? He has dedication. He's dedicated to things, right? I'll tell you, some of the people, it's not always the truth, right? A lot of the time it can go the opposite route, right? But I have noticed that in pretty much all the fields I've been involved with, because I've been involved with a few different fields in my life, different fields of work. People that are dedicated to the gym tend to excel in whatever field they're in. And that's because it builds a level of like, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? It's discipline. It's discipline. They're more disciplined typically. Not always, and I'm not saying that people that don't go to the gym are not disciplined. They can be disciplined in their field, but they tend to excel in their fields. That's good work, Landon. Like I said, there's exceptions to the rule, right? There's exceptions to the rule, but by and large, I'm glad I can't take a joke. Welcome back, boss. I feel like I haven't seen you in the stream in a hot minute. All right, we're gonna grab one more of these 315s, guys, and then we're gonna go curl something. Every night, doggies, every night. All right, one more 315, and then we're gonna go curl something. I still haven't tried the gorilla mode. I keep hearing about it. I still haven't tried it. All right, let's grab this. I'm a creature of habit with my pre-workout, guys. I try new things from time to time, but I tend towards the same pre-workouts pretty consistently. So. I did Rise's Godzilla pre-workout for a little while. I didn't like the taste of the Rise Godzilla pre-workout, but I don't really care that much. So we've got some kind of curls to do tonight, guys. Let's dumbbell. We'll do dumbbell tonight. Dumbbell curls. Does that sound fun? Did we already do dumbbells this week? I don't think we did dumbbells this week. We're gonna do dumbbells regardless. All right, we're gonna do some dumbbell curls, guys. Should be a fun time. I don't know if we've done dumbbells this week. I usually do dumbbells earlier in the week, but I think I forgot. Nice, dog. Yeah, I'm here every day. All right, we're gonna start with 50s, and we're just gonna get warmed up, get the biceps pumping, and then we'll grab something a little heavier. Hey, Korvac! We'll get you on the bottle. You know what? Let's get our first 2 bottles done before we start the bicep pump. Give me 1 second. Let me grab my marker. All right. So we've got 2 to do. We've got Brian, and we've got Korvac. Brian and Korvac. Oh, and can't take a joke. All right, we're going to hit our super chat goal tonight. Watch, guys. All right, we got Brian on there. We'll get it filled out here in a second. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm not super familiar with it. I've never taken it, liquid glycerol, but we can look into it. We can look into it for sure. I might know it by another name. That's a possibility, but we'll look into it here in a second. Get Korvac on the bottle. Then we're going to get Can't Take a Joke on the bottle. Yeah, we're gonna. Can't take a joke. We'll get them bubble lettered out in a little while, guys. Corvec, just want to make sure I don't forget. And Brian. All right. Let's grab a couple sips, and we'll move on. It's late. It's almost midnight here. It's just before midnight here. We're going to grab the 50s. We're going to get the biceps warmed up, guys. Yeah, I'm Eastern time, so. All right. Yep. Just 50s. Nice and easy. Let's get it warm. Get the biceps flowing. So we get a decent angle here. Nice and easy. 50s for 7. Felt good. Ooh, yeah, it wasn't too bad. 50s are a good warm up. 50s are a good warm up. Get that bicep vein going. Look at that. Look at all those veins popping. What we got going on? Whoop. I didn't drop you guys. I got to tighten up the phone thing, obviously. Hold on, guys. There we go. What happened? What are we playing? What two can play what? I have no idea what my max dumbbell curl is. Not something I typically PR often. It's fun to do once in a while. All right. Vascular is always fun. Everybody likes to be vascular, right? Everybody likes to be vascular. All right. All right, let me grab the next set. We're gonna grab 70s. Let's go for 70s, guys. Whew. Whew, they're getting heavy quick, guys. One more. Come on. Had to cheat that one up a little bit. Whew. Oh, the 70s got heavy fast. Crap, man. Oh, there we go. Look at that, though. Good bicep pump. Whew. Ah, feels good. Feels good. It's around 400-ish, Andrew. We've done close to that. Not verified though. I don't have it on the actual stream. That's why I need to get these earlier streams going, guys. There's a lot of stuff you guys don't get to see, which is unfortunate. Oh. I'm very familiar with ruck marching, yeah. A lot of push-ups. I can do a lot of push-ups. There's not really a number. We're going to get to 210 this year, body weight-wise, at least. There's not really an end game to anything, though. Once we get to 210, we'll decide if we want to go heavier or not. So you guys are going to get to watch the whole process because I stream every day. Come December, we're going to be looking at a whole different person, not even realize it. So All right. We'll grab the 80s. We'll do some hammer curls with the 80s, guys. Whew. Squat is my worst lift of my powerlifting movements. So we're doing all right, Julian. We're gonna do good. I promise. The weight gain will be what we need. We lean bulk. Yeah, strength is the goal. Strength is the goal. So, I don't do protein powder very often, guys. I don't do protein powder very often. How do you mean, Brandon? How do you mean? I feel like you've been here before. You know the stream pretty well at this point, Brandon, right? Or is this a different Brandon Chamberlain? We've definitely had a Brandon Chamberlain in the stream before. We're curling right now, but like daily, I'm in here for about 3 hours total, but about 2 hours of lifting. So, well, I'm in here longer than that, but that's how long the stream runs. So, I'm gonna grab these 80s real quick. We're gonna do some hammers. Yep. Woo-wee! Those are getting heavy. Yep. Biceps are definitely starting to feel the pump. Oh, even the hammers felt heavy tonight, guys. My bicep tendons are doing great, Jack. Best bicep tendons in the industry. Form was great. That's called a hammer curl. It's called a hammer curl. Form was solid. Form was solid. All right, we got shouldies to do. Full body every 6 days a week. We're doing all right, Elijah. We're doing all right. Doing all right, Elijah. I promise we're doing all right. Yes, I'm natural. I'm natural. Gotta stay natty. Gotta stay natty. And drink whole milk. I don't know. We get the oil comment a lot. I recover very well. Just good food and good sleep. Mostly good sleep. My sleep was trash today, but that's because I had a morning thing I had to do, and I'm usually asleep in the mornings. So we're hitting a little bit of everything today. We're gonna do, let's see if these are set for what we need. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're gonna do seated shoulders. Seated shoulders today, guys. Let's get it. All right, let's scoot this into the rack. Let's scoot this into the rack. We're gonna stick to this like we usually do, which is problematic. So what I'm gonna do is I want to find something to place over it. Give me 1 second. see anything. I didn't bring a spare shirt today, guys. I didn't bring a spare shirt today, so we don't have anything to put on the seat. But we know that tape likes to stick to us. So, all right. 135 for the first set. 135 for the first set. Get nice and warm. What's up, Dontrell? I weigh 175. I weigh 175. Have a good one, Julian. All right, 135. We're gonna grab this for 7, and then we'll climb from there, guys. Nice and easy. First set done. First set done. I'm very dense. My body fat percentage is extraordinarily low for a power lifter. I'm very dense. A lot of very lean muscle fiber. All right, let's grab some more weight. And yeah, 10 pounds of muscle is a considerable amount of muscle. So, ugh. All right, let's grab this. We're gonna do 225. Yeah, it's our PR, but I want to jump straight to it and see if we can go higher tonight. If not, we'll drop back down, right? So it's our overhead PR, but we're gonna see how it goes. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. They are wrestling shoes. They are wrestling shoes. They're used for a lot of different sports, but I power lift, so they're very good for powerlifting movement. So they're an accessible lifting shoe, if that makes sense. You can find them about anywhere. So yeah, they're really great for heavy lifting. They keep you flat on the ground. It's solid. It's solid. It's top tier. It's top tier. I use them. I even use them in competition. So I take about 300 grams of protein a day, but I don't track it like gram for gram. So all right, one of these guys. We're gonna grab one, and then we might increase it as long as it moves well. Because I enjoy protein. It's my favorite food group. All right. Yep, double, let's go! Let's go! Whew. A gram for every centimeter height sounds like it's probably not a great conversion. Ugh. Yeah, it felt good. It felt good. 225 overhead for a double. Felt really good. All right, let's do some more weight. Yeah, it felt good. It felt good. That was PR level, and we're doubling it now. So the bulk must be working, right, guys? The bulk must be working. Or maybe I've been sandbagging this whole time, about to blow all your minds, right? No, it's shoulder. Shoulder press. If we went down one more, we could probably qualify it as an incline press, sure, but 355 is my bench at the moment, my PR. I do get paid to compete. Yes. Let's add some more weight, guys. Just a little bit. We're just gonna have 5 more pounds. We'll go 230. Get us a new shoulder PR today, right? Ugh. I just take creatine and pre-workout. Just creatine and pre-workout. All right. Oh, why are my notifications running? Hold on, let me fix my notifications, guys, so you guys don't get a bunch of beeping in your ears. I usually mute those. Whoops. Ugh. All right, 230 now. We got a little, you guys can't see it, but there is a little plate on the end here. There's a little plate. So. That's actually, talking about this right here, that's just dry skin. It's just dry skin. With all the weather changes, my skin tends to dry out. So, it is what it is. I get a little bit of stuff on my shoulders, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. A lot of people don't realize that that's not like a definite indicator of whether or not someone is natural or not natural. Like, that's not an end-all be-all. If someone has a couple of bits of acne on their body and they're lifting, that's not uncommon. That's not uncommon. Anytime you're lifting and you have naturally high testosterone levels, you're bound to have a little bit. So yeah. Whenever the weather changes drastically, which here in South Carolina right now, we're going from like 50 degrees or 45 degrees at night to like 80 or 90 degrees during the day. And then like the other day we had like a 90 something, like we'll have days sometimes here where it's like 100 degrees in the day. It wasn't recent, obviously, but 100 degrees in the day, and they'll have like a 40-degree night. Big temperature fluctuations tend to dry my skin out. So all right, let me grab this. All right, 230 pounds, single. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. PR, yeah. Whoo-wee! Oh, good. Whew. We've curled up to like 165, I think, on stream, or 160. I can't remember what it was. A lot of people don't agree with my protein intake, and that's okay. You don't have to, because it's my protein intake. And the difference is I'm shoulder pressing 230 pounds strict at 175 pounds. So I must be doing something correct. I take in 300 grams of protein a day because I like to take in 300 grams of protein a day, and I see a positive effect. So I see a difference in 300 grams of protein a day and not taking in 300 grams of protein a day. And when you're bulking, you have options, right? I can take in my 5,000 calories a day in protein. I can take them in fat. I can take them in carbs, right? But you have to just decide what you're going to take the majority of your calories in. The majority of my calories come in the form of dairy.
Therefore, I have a lot of protein intake because I don't want to just take in 3,000 calories of strictly carbs. Why? Because then you get pudgy. Pudgy, well, it can help you anchor against weights. It will not necessarily make you significantly stronger. Yes, mass moves mass. It is real, but it is not the end all be all. You can be significantly stronger than someone significantly bigger than you if you carry more muscle and you have the right leverages for the lift. So, whew. Hey, I appreciate the support, Saray. We'll get you on the bottle here in just a second. My blood work is fine. Everything's great. Everything's great. Let's get Saray on the bottle real quick. My squat max is not 350. Not 350. It's definitely over 350. I think even, I don't know what we have on camera, guys. That's my problem. But I know we've been close to 400 at some point on camera. I just got to go back and find it. I'll clip it if I can find it. My old PR before I started really focusing in on, well, the first time I did a heavy PR for squat, which was like a year ago, I was barely breaking 300, 315, right? And then, because I just started squatting heavy, or what was considered heavy, right, for me at the time, because I was not doing squats in competition, so I kind of ignored them. I did them, I just never did them heavy. And then I went from that to close to 400 within a year. And then it's kind of stalled, not stalled. It's not moving as fast as my other lifts because it's not my main focus, but it does move. I think by the end of the year, I'd like to have a 500-pound squat. That would be fun. At least a 500-pound squat by the end of the year. But this is my milk. We just got Saray's name on the bottle. So yeah, we'll have it by the end of the year. So guys, mind you, what are we doing next? We're doing rows. We're doing rows next, guys. Mind you, the fact that I'm doing 300 grams of protein, right, is based on my expenditure of calories as well. So like I said, I'm not at 500 yet. Not at 500 yet. We will get there very soon. Give me a little time. We'll have it. I gotta put more time into my squat, honestly, guys. I don't hide the fact that my squat is my worst lift. It's not bad, it's just not my best lift. Bench is definitely like my shining light. Everybody loves seeing me bench. My deadlift is heavy. My squat isn't bad, it's just not great. But it will be great. It will be great. That's the goal, guys. Everything to be great, right? I have no excuse for it. I was just a bench and deadlift specialist for so long that it kind of didn't get the attention that my other two lifts did. So that's all there is to it. No, 300 is fine. 300 is fine. I burn a lot of calories. I'm a full-time fitness coach, guys. I'm in here like very often. Very often. So yeah, I don't hide the fact my squat's the worst of my 3 lifts. It's not bad, but it's the worst of my 3 lifts for sure. I don't do shrugs. I do other stuff for that, but not shrugs. Shrugs are great. I just don't do them. Shrugs aren't bad. There's not in my program. All right, let's grab some more weight. We're gonna do some rows, guys. Rows. I'm getting set up for rows. We'll do T rows, guys. Y'all want to do T rows today? I said I was gonna do T rows on Saturday, so we're gonna do them. We're gonna do T rows. Just some dry skin, Double OG. Just some dry skin. Welcome back to the stream, Double OG. Double OG is wholeheartedly convinced that we're not natural. It's really odd, actually. It's really odd. I have no reason to lie about it because I don't have a problem with people that aren't natural. I have no issue with people that aren't. I think if you want to do it, do it. But it's not for me. It's not for me. I value my health. I value my health. I have a family. So, and it's not, and I get it. I get why people do it, but it will be a detriment to your health long term. 90% of the time. Some people get away with it, sure. But 90% of the time is a detriment. So to your health long term. I know people that went on and have to stay on. I mean, I've witnessed it. So. All right. I eat well. So a lot of people think, hold on. Let me get this tightened up so you guys don't fall off the tripod while I'm doing these. I do not drink, no. I do not drink. I don't drink and I don't have cheat meals. Those are usually the two questions I get on my diet. I don't drink and I don't have cheat meals. Citrulline can get you a good pump. Can get you a good pump for sure. There's some in my pre-workout for sure. If you're taking a pre-workout, you're taking things like citrulline, taurine, beta-alanine. Those are what the pre-workouts are built of, you know? So. What's up? What's up? Tips for joint health? I mean, just eat properly and make sure that your form is like make sure you're not hyperextending your. So let me break this down for you guys. A lot of people have gotten into this habit of everything has to be full extension, even at maximal effort. And that's where a lot of people's joint pains are coming into play, right? If you're getting elbow pain, a lot of the time, that's because you're hyperextending your elbow and locking your elbows for every movement. That's most common, right? And then you have people that have like shoulder joint issues, right? Or shoulder pain. That's because they're going too wide on the bench to reduce the range of motion. Most of the joint issues people get from lifting come from improper lifting. You don't have to lock your elbow back every time you curl or lock it out every time you do a bench or a push-up. In fact, it's not even optimal. You're not getting that much more out of your lift from this elbow position to this elbow position. It's very minor, if any, for some of the lifts. All right, let's get these rows in. So, but that's what everybody believes, and it's that whole. And I don't hate science-based lifters at all. Like I don't hate the concept of it. I think some of it's good, but I will say that 100% it has definitely led to some misconceptions. So. I don't cycle off my pre-workout, no. What's up, Gorilla Gamer? Long time no see. Honestly, it just depends on what your goal is. I have developed a program myself that works for me, and I like it. I recommend finding something you like to do that also you're seeing positive results towards whatever your goals are, and then continue that until you stop seeing the results you're looking for and then make your adjustments. Or find someone that can help you do that, right? So it's a matter of what are you trying to accomplish? Are you moving in that direction? If you're enjoying it, that's that much better, right? So there are movements that I do that I don't care that much for, right? They're movements and I'm going to do them and I like them, but I don't like them as much as other movements. If it was up to me, I'd be doing barbell rows every night. I love barbell rows, right? And I'd be benching. I bench every night. But I'd be doing barbell rows every night. But some nights I need to do T rows. Some nights I need to do cable rows. But if you're seeing the results from what you're doing, keep doing it. Why not? As long as it's safe, you know? Because ultimately, if you stop lifting because you get bored or you don't like what you're doing, you're going to see less results than if you weren't, then you're not doing the optimal routine, right? So, because I see too many people come in, they have great results early on, they get bored and they disappear. They're like, oh, I took a couple months off. They lose their gains or they lose a lot of what they had. And they come back and they're like, oh man, I'm so down about losing all that. And then they never get back into it the same way, you know? So, I bench 6 days a week. Hold on, I'm trying to read all the messages. We got some people trolling, so it's making it's clogging up the stuff. Appreciate it, doggies. I don't do a ton of mobility work myself. Let's go at 5 plates. I don't do a ton of mobility work myself. I have pretty good flexibility and mobility, but it kind of comes from the lifts themselves. If you're immobile or if you're not flexible or if you notice that you're not seeing, you know, good results on that end, a lot of the time your lifting routine might be a little wonky, right? And I mean, I get stiff from time to time, but I always throw in like a set of pull-ups at the end of things for the stream's purpose, you know, so that helps me get some of that mobility work in, I'm sure. But it just depends on what you're doing. There's a lot of factors involved there. It's hard to say. The fire truck pull was awesome. I enjoyed it. Yeah, so you will retain a lot of the strength or a good portion of the strength that you build, right? So it's muscle maturity is what you're looking for, right? So over time, you'll retain some of that muscle naturally unless you have something drastic happen, right? So it's a matter of like, if you, like you said, if you're benching 405 in your 20s, if you stop benching for a few years and come back, you're probably still going to be benching in the high 2s, low 3s, right? You might lose 100 pounds off your bench over the course of a little while, but you're not going to lose all of it, right? You're not going to be back at like a 100-pound bench. Because I've had people that don't bench for, I had a guy I was training at one point. He was benching, I think, close to 3 plates when he was in school, and even a little bit after. He stopped benching altogether for like 2 decades. He didn't do any benching or very little. Came back, and I started training him, helping him get mobile, help him start moving, and his bench was still 225. You know, that's a long time to not bench just to jump on and do 225 pretty smoothly, right? So you'll retain some of that strength. Not all of it, but some of it, right? So, all right, let me grab this. Five plates, by the way. Yep. Oh, you guys can't see it, huh? Oh. Jay's here. Don't worry, Jay's here. But Eric, we're not going to do that tonight. So, we alternate in barbell row, like twice a week. I love barbell row actually, but I like to vary up my routine. So some nights I'll do T-bar, some nights I'll do barbell. I do dumbbell once a week, cables once a week. The sitting plates, Jay? Whew. That's no good. Bailing on incline is a scary moment, isn't it? I go for a PR every other week typically. Well, good thing I'm not trying to impress you in particular, so. I love powerlifting. Love powerlifting. Let's add some more weight. We're gonna add a sixth plate and maybe a seventh plate tonight. What do you guys think? We'll see how 6 feels first. Six plates. We typically film here and then at my house. Those are like, we've done other film sessions. Like I've done something where I went shopping and showed you guys kind of how my groceries look, but typically here in my house. What's up, Unified? What's up? All right. We got this here, so we got this here. The 6 plates for the giggles, I think we've done 7 on stream before. We'll see how this 6 feels tonight. I know I have 7 on camera. It's definitely on video. It's on the channel, but I don't know if we've done it on stream yet. We can get a 7. We can get a 7 plate. Ugh. Watch this. You know what's crazy? How fast they can go into the timeout corner. Ugh. Yeah, they're gone now. That easy. Let me grab another plate, guys. I have a bad feeling about that one, Jay. I'm gonna be honest. I have a bad feeling about that one. I have a feeling that it's not what it seems in that situation. So I think that was the consensus the stream came to the other night. So got you. Yeah, last night the stream was roasting them. The chat was roasting them. I didn't even have to talk. So my arms are actually paper mache. So the tips I'm making them bigger. So I just paper mache an extra layer every night. No. The thing about arm growth, right? A lot of people ignore their tricep, and that's where a lot of your arm size is at. You can get big biceps. Big biceps are great, right? But if you're not getting enough tricep work, so if you're always doing work with wide grips on your bench or wide grips on your shoulder press, you're not activating the tricep as much, you might need to add in some pull downs, some close grip work, help grow your triceps out. It'll help round out your arm and make it large. So. I close grip bench universally. I drink 1.5 liters of Fairlife a day. So 1.5 liters of Fairlife a day. I drink about 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons of whole milk a day total though. So I'm 30 years old. Probably not going to switch over anytime soon. I don't know, Random. I would argue the opposite in a lot of situations. It just depends on the person. Strength usually is always a winner. People like strong. Yeah, I didn't even have to talk. But ripped is always, usually a crowd pleaser, right? So. The light blue, isn't that the fat free? Is that the fat free? The light blue? I don't do the light blue. I've done the regular blue bottle, but I will say you get more attention the larger you are for sure. Obviously, I don't run into that problem in the first place, so I try and avoid the attention as much as possible. But it's one of those things like, I will say that generally more people look when you're larger over like shredded. Now, if you're on the beach and you're shredded, you're going to get a lot of looks, but that's unless you're walking around shirtless all day, every day, right? And even then you still have to be kind of large, right? You can't be like skinny shredded, right? You can't be 119 pounds shredded and expect the same attention as if you're shredded at 180, 170, 160. So even if you're strong, and I think small, strong dudes, it's awesome, right? It's cool, but the thing is, you're going to get the most attention being large, generally. Now, large in a good way, mind you, large in a good way. Ugh. But I don't run into that problem. I don't have an issue, so I'm very much married, so that's not a me problem. Best of luck to you guys in the chat, though. Best of luck to you guys in the chat. I'm married. I don't have to worry about that, Random. All right, let's get it. 7 plates. Nah, not at the moment, Ryan. Maybe in the future, just for the fun of it, we'll do a bodybuilding show, but nothing soon. I know it's a public gym. Whew. All of them, Dead Star, all of the body parts. I don't think it's ego lifting if you move it, for reps. Ego lifting is the best type of lifting anyways. Ego lifting is the best type of lifting. We're not doing any backflips. I do a full body 6 days a week. Ugh. I don't sumo deadlift. I don't hate it, but I don't do it. I used to sumo a little bit. Actually, when I first started deadlifting heavy, I thought I was a sumo deadlifter. I thought that was going to be ideal for me. Found out that I'm actually way better conventional than I am sumo. So now here's the thing. Do I think sumo is easier? 100%. No one can deny that sumo is an easier lift. It is an easier lift for sure. So I'm usually here for a couple hours a night. So what? You are correct. So ego lifting has a definition. Most people attribute anything that looks uncomfortably heavy to ego lifting. That's not how ego lifting works. So, which is unfortunate because it's stymieing an entire generation of lifters to believe that everything has to be extremely, extremely precise forms and all this other stuff, that you can't have any small compensation with any other muscle group, and it's going to make them overall not excel. So I'm trying to keep up with the chat. Appreciate it. Yeah, so ego lifting the term ego lifting has gotten out of hand, right? So people have started saying ego lifting is just anything that looks uncomfortable, right? And here's the thing. Things that look uncomfortable may actually be a decent lift and you just aren't comfortable doing it. So. It should be here soon. I'm very excited about my merch, actually. I'm very excited about my merch. So it's going to be top tier. Oh, 1 second. So guys, I want you to understand something. There is a time and place for strict lifts, for strict curls, for strict shoulders, for strict push downs, for strict bench, right? And then there's a time and place for like slight changes to those movements to help you push past plateaus, right? So here's the goal, right? When it comes to lifting heavy, you want to move maximal weight safely. But some people take that too far. Yeah, some people get injured. Now, if you're not comfortable making those adjustments and incorporating other muscle groups into a thing like a curl safely, don't do it, you know? But there are people that can help you learn how to do that appropriately and something that'll actually help you progress to a strict version of that lift heavier later. If you are having trouble and you're plateauing on a strict curl, it may help to do a cheat curl or two and give it a little momentum, get past that plateau, and then revisit the strict curl. It's exactly, you know. I have t-shirts dropping soon. I'm gonna do athletic style t-shirts as well. I have a t-shirt dropping soon, but I have a hat and a mug right now and some stickers. I haven't done a t-shirt yet. It's done. I haven't released it yet. Bodybuilding is not powerlifting. Two very different sports. We did hammer curls earlier, yes. We do hammer curls about once a week. I appreciate it, Shane. Yeah, there is a place for cheat curls. There is. It's a good movement. And they're not cheat curls. They're just a different type of curl. I don't even like really calling them cheat curls because they're not a cheat curl. They're just a different curl. They are. They weren't always called cheat curls. That's the thing that came with the science-based lifting movement. You know, everything has to be perfect. They're a cheat curl now. They're not cheat curls. They're curls. They're just a different type of curl. To make your waist shrink or get aesthetic, you have to have the proper diet. Unfortunately, there's no like workout that's just gonna make your waist shrink if your diet is trash. You got to have proper diet. So all those videos you guys. So if you guys have ever seen those videos, if you're not big into lifting, you may not know this. Even if you've been lifting a little while, you may not realize this. But those videos of like 30-minute core routine that'll shrink your waist in 90 days, right? If they're not telling you to handle your nutrition at the same time, they're lying to you or they're being disingenuous. No matter how much core work you do, well, no matter how many 30-minute core workouts you do, if you're eating like trash, you're still gonna have body fat, and you can't target body fat. So. Core, I'm not saying ignore core, no, but it's not, you're never gonna rush and twist your way to a beach body without nutrition being involved. So you're gonna need to add some protein. That doesn't sound like a healthy diet, I'm gonna be honest. Protein's important. I'm not gonna give you diet advice over the stream because I don't know you. I don't know your needs and how your body operates, but protein is a super important portion of people's diets. I take in a lot of protein personally, so. That's solid work. That's solid work. 325 at that age is solid work. All right, let's grab another set of 7 here. Yeah, so eating and drinking very limited amounts of food is not the goal, right? You want to eat and drink and feel comfortable with the amount that you're consuming, because you need to feed your body. Your organs need nutrients. Your muscles need nutrients. You can't starve yourself to a good physique. Usually too wide a grip. Usually too wide a grip, Dan. That's almost always the issue with shoulder pain in the bench. You're hyperextending your shoulder. So typically, there's other things that it could be, but that's typically the issue. Ugh. This is for the triceps, yes. Ugh. I mean, they'll lose weight random, but they're not going to lose it the right way. Appreciate it, Jay. Appreciate it. Ugh. Yeah, you'll lose weight if you don't eat. I mean, that's called starvation, but you're also going to feel like crap. And when you do start to eat, you're more than likely going to binge, because your body is going to be trying to get as much nutrients as possible. Your brain chemistry isn't going to be right, because not eating properly puts you in a mindset of, I haven't realized. So if you ever seen someone that eats extremely quickly and eats everything that they see in front of them regardless, like it looks like they haven't eaten in like a week, but they have. Sometimes that's an issue if they didn't have enough at one point, not always. And when you starve your body for a long enough period of time, it starts to try and put as much down as possible at every given moment. It's just not, it's not ideal to put your brain in that position, right? So, because then when you do eat, you'll binge, and then you'll ruin the progress, or the progress. If you're starving yourself, it's not much progress wise. And then you'll want to starve yourself again. It's a vicious cycle. It's not good for you mentally or physically. So eat, make yourself feel full, but eat a good diet. Don't eat trash. That's going to be like 99% of people, if they just stop eating trash, if they stop drinking things like soda and stop eating candy, it would make it would make a huge difference. High protein diets typically help you control hunger. Protein, the way you process different things, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, protein tends to keep you full longer. So high protein diets tend to make you feel full for longer periods of time. That's why these high protein diets tend to help people with gaining muscle mass and also keeping the body fat low. Double OG's a super fan. He's here often, right? So I'm 5'11", 5'11". All right, one last set here, guys, and then we're for the night. One more set of tricep extensions, and then we've got to do some rear delts, and then we'll figure out what we're doing from there. We're getting close to our super chat goal, guys. I don't know where we're at specifically, but we're getting close to our super chat goal. I think we need 7 more, and we're doing 21 one-armed push-ups. 21 one-armed push-ups tonight if we hit it. So in a row is the plan. It's one-arm push-ups. The goal is one-arm push-ups tonight, not pull-ups. We will do some pull-ups probably tonight, but yeah, Double OG comes in here often. And then the Kevin guy. I don't know what's up with the Kevin guy. Where's the good Kevin? We had a Kevin in here. Kevin, where's Kevin? Kevin's been in here a lot. Not the Kevin we just removed, but you know which Kevin I'm talking about. He hasn't been here in a while. Kind of sad, kind of sad. Hopefully he's all right. I'll have to message him on Discord or something. Haven't seen him in a hot minute. He used to come in every stream, every stream. Generally around 10:30, 11 o'clock. It's been 11 o'clock more often than not recently, though. So, I'm not going to be doing any handstands. Not my gig. I'm Eastern time right now. My day's going good, Rich Guy. How you doing? Ooh. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here. I don't have any just set goals. It's just get stronger every day. That's the plan. All right, see you, Ryan. Yeah, you got to get it in, Tim. It's that time. It's that time. Oh yeah, we got a bunch of eggs at the house. Bunch of eggs at the house. I don't play Fortnite. No, I get that question a lot. I don't play Fortnite. Do I respect you? I don't have any reason not to. I don't think. Should I not? What's that, David? We had what? Oh, I see. I'll tell you what, guys. The automotive industry burnt me out. Hey, if you're doing well your nutrition, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. I think the automotive industry burned me out on cars. I don't like cars anymore. So I don't dislike cars, but I don't care to I used to look at project cars all the time, oh, I'm going to get this project car or whatever else. Let me move this bench out of the way. And then over time, working with cars for a living for 4 years burnt me out on automotive. I don't like working with cars anymore. So I appreciate you being here, doggies. Yeah, we're having a great time. Oh, by the way, guys, another thing we're doing here soon. I think I'm going to start it tomorrow. We're going to be doing 2 live streams on Sundays, I think. One of them is going to be earlier in the day. It's going to be, I'm going to do a member live stream on Sundays, separate of the normal live stream. So those of you that are members, just keep an eye out for that. I'll do an announcement on it. I think either tomorrow or Monday is going to be the first one. I haven't figured that part out yet, but I'm thinking tomorrow. And I'm just going to drink coffee and we're going to chill out. We're just going to drink coffee and chill out. I think that'll be a fun time. We might change them up and do special things in the future, like special challenges, but right now it's just a chill, chat room type deal. So I'm thinking tomorrow. Yeah, I'm thinking tomorrow. So anybody that's a member, just keep an eye out for that tomorrow. So Seeker, that's a reality of pre-workout, unfortunately. Caffeine is a diuretic. So if it's caffeinated, you're probably going to end up using the bathroom after taking pre-workout. So I have a meeting I have to make in the morning. So I'm thinking right now, either 10:30 or 11 a.m. I haven't decided yet. But I will make an announcement at 7 or 8 a.m. on what time we're going to do. So, but it's going to be coffee and just chill. And then I'll take a poll from you guys while we're doing it tomorrow on the best time. But I want to get just the members, just have a good time, be a fun time. You guys deserve it. So, so if you go down to there should be a plus button or a thing at the bottom of your screen where you can do memberships and stuff. So we could throw some chess in. Might throw some chess in. We're gonna stream from my house, so. But you guys definitely deserve it. So, whew. So if you look, doggies, if you look in the description of the video of the live, if you look in the live description, it'll be there, or you can go to the channel and do it. But it should be in the live description. Should be in the live description. So I've been powerlifting for a little over 3 years. A little over 3 years. I've been lifting all together for 5. Lifting all together for 5. Why is my stream all wonky? Hold on, guys. All right, there we go. Awesome, awesome. All right, 55. I'm going to grab the 70s that I threw over here and never picked up because I'm a bad person. So, yeah, my screen looks different to you guys's. I have a bunch of buttons, so I try and like figure out what it looks like on your end. So, I started seeing results let me do this lift real quick, and then I'll give the rundown on my progression over the years. All right, 70s rear delt fly. Whee! Thirty years old. Ugh. All right. Oh. All right, so I'll break it down for you guys. Those of you that haven't heard this story before, it's probably going to be a little jarring, all right? So I stream every night for about 2 to 3 hours. I'll be here for about another hour tonight for sure. So those of you guys that haven't heard the story of how I started lifting, I'm a fitness coach. 5 years ago, right, I picked up weights. Hey, Croissant, picked up weights for the first time, right? Or the first time seriously. And I was 117 pounds. 117 pounds body weight. And my bench was right around 75 pounds. So in 5 years, I've gone from a 117 pounds body weight and a 75 pound bench to 175 pound body weight and a 355 pound bench. So gives you an idea of vaguely where we were, where we are now, you know. That's in 5 years. And that was right out of surgery, mind you. I had my thyroid removed a little over 5 years ago. So I had my thyroid removed. Hold on. Whew. So I had my thyroid removed a little over 5 years ago. Five by fives are effective. They're a good starting point, but a lot of people have to morph their routine. So what's possible? What, that progression? That progression is definitely possible. I did it for sure. Naturally. Thyroid? Yeah. So I had a mass the size of an egg appear overnight on my neck. It was like that. I went to go eat lunch one day at work, and I went in the mirror in the bathroom, and I had just shaved that morning, and didn't see anything. And after lunch, I thought I was having an allergic reaction to the food. I was like, man, I must have an allergy to something. I need to go to the doctor. And I went there and like, no, that's a solid mass. You need to go get that looked at, sent me via ambulance from that ER to another doctor. No, it ended up being benign, but we did not know until they removed my thyroid. We had to remove my thyroid to find out. So I'm a natural lifter. So, but yeah, we had to remove my thyroid to find out what was going on. But after we removed it, they're like, hey, it was benign, but you don't have a thyroid anymore. So it is what it is. And a lot of people are like, man, that sucks, right? But guess what? Before I had that happen, I was very unhealthy. I was living a very unhealthy lifestyle. And it took doing that to make me realize what I was doing was so detrimental. I mean, that wasn't necessarily the cause, but it was so detrimental to my health, right? And it took that to kind of snap me into reality. And I would say that that is definitely one of the best things that has ever happened in my life, was having that moment, having that health event, because it has put me in a position now that is better than, you know, any position I was in at the time. So 100%, Jay. I have to take a thyroid med, but that's about the only difference. I have to take a thyroid med, but that's about the only difference between my life then and my life now, other than the fact I'm extremely different as far as my fitness. And that was something I did as a result. I would say as a result, it was definitely something that spurred that along. But as far as like differences, I take a thyroid med now, and that takes care of not having a thyroid. So. Yeah, so one thing people don't realize, anytime they do neck surgery, they have to numb a bunch of stuff in your neck, right? And one of the things they numb in your neck is like basically your vocal cords, right? And so after that, sometimes your voice doesn't recover as well anymore from talking often or being loud. So at one point when I was just starting out in my fitness coaching, and even a little bit later into that, when I was working for a big box gym, just down the road from where I'm at now, I was doing a lot of group coaching to kind of fill my schedule up, because I needed additional work, right? Well, I was building my one-on-one, my private sessions. And so I was doing some group coaching. And by the end of those hour-long group sessions, my voice was gone. And everybody's always so worried, like, are you okay? Your voice is completely gone. And I'm like, no, I just had to explain why my voice disappeared so quick. So. Nice, good progression, good progression. It's awesome progression. All right, let me grab this last set here. But sometimes it takes something like that to snap you into reality, guys. Sometimes it does. It's not ideal, obviously. If I could put a thyroid back in, would I do it? Probably, right? A better one, right? But and that's why I laugh when people say, you know, you're just genetically inclined, right? Whereas I have good strength genetics. I didn't know it. I didn't know I had good strength genetics. There's a lot of people out there with great strength genetics that would never have known it otherwise. And it's about the type of lifting I do, the amount of conditioning, the amount of effort that I put towards my diet. All of that adds up. But 5 years ago, before I started lifting, 5.5 years ago, before I started lifting, you would have never walked up to me and thought I would have been inclined to say I had good strength genetics. So I was 117 pounds at 5'11". People would imagine I had the opposite of good strength genetics. All right. One more set of 7 here, and then we're going to figure out what we're doing. It was a camel. I didn't get beat up by a camel, okay? I didn't get beat up by a camel. I got attacked by a camel. Is that what we're talking about, Jay? Well, I didn't get beat up. Camels and llamas are very different. Camels are large animals. And I survived. I survived the camel attack, all right? Camels are the ops, yeah. I should make a mug with a camel op, right? That's not how that works. That's not how that works. You might have some good strength genetic, you just don't know it. I was attacked by a camel, yes, and bit by a tiger at one point. And I've been make sure I say this, indirectly struck by lightning. Indirectly. It hit the side of the house or right outside the house and went through an appliance. So, I'm living my best life all the time. All the time. But I'm not the only one in my family that's been attacked by animals, right? So my wife has been kicked by a giraffe and she was bit by a pony, right? So, you know. All right, let's grab this other set on the left side. 9 lines, yeah. You accumulate them over time. You accumulate these stories over time. Have a good one. Have a good one. Ugh. Just depends on how you're living. Just depends on how you're living. So, little known fact, Jay's favorite animal is giraffes, specifically of the giant quad variety. Ugh. I stay in the algorithm. I stay in the algorithm. The algorithm can't hide from me. Jay's a big fan of giraffes. He doesn't want to admit it on stream, but he's a big fan of giraffes. All right. So we didn't hit the super chat goal tonight, guys, but we're still going to do some dips and some pull-ups. No 21 one-arm push-ups, though. No 21 one-arm push-ups. So, yeah, why are you hating on the giraffes, Jay? Why are you hating on the giraffes, Jay? Hold on. God dang, I can't get this angle right, guys. Hold on, I'm sorry. Swole giraffes, always top tier. Hold on, I'll show you guys. 1 second, let me see if I can put it in here. I just pinned one of our giraffe merches to the stream. I don't know where it's going to pop up, but I just pinned our coffee mug to the stream so you guys can see the coffee mug. So it's top tier. It's a top tier swole giraffe. It's a natty giraffe coffee mug. I'm very proud of my coffee mug. Yeah, that's Jay, David. That's Jay. All right. All right, we're going to grab just some sets of dips before we finish off the stream tonight, guys. We might do some quads. Yeah. It's been a fun night so far. We've had some good lifts. We've had nothing funky happen yet. So everything moved pretty nice. Yeah, it's been great. The streams are doing awesome. I enjoyed it. I appreciate all you guys' support. So. Appreciate you guys' support. All right, we're going to get some air time on these dips. You guys ready? We're going to catch some air time. All right. Those of you that have been here before know what I'm about to do. You're probably starting to get less and less impressed by my airtime dips. But those of you that haven't been there, airtime dips are a ton of fun. Not recommended for other people. These are not ideal for anything. They're not like a significantly better workout than regular dips. So, and their risk of injury is relatively higher than a regular dip. So I don't recommend them to anybody. But we catch some airtime nonetheless. They're fun to watch. just a little air time, just a little air time, some release. All right. Ugh. One hand dips. I've tried them. I've found that having a bar that's straight is ideal for that. This bar is not great for that. So we might try it. Because I enjoy my explosive dips, Tyler. That's why, because I enjoy it, and therefore I do them. I've done some bench chains, yeah. A little bit of bands in the past, but not anytime recently. So honestly, one hand dips is more about getting the right angling, and you just have to have strong triceps. But it's mostly about trying to find that position underneath you and push down on it. But when you have a bar that sits out at an angle and you're in a limited space, it makes it difficult. So they are difficult. They are difficult, but it's mostly learning the technique. Once you learn the technique, it gets a lot easier. I've done it once. When I first saw it, I saw some guy doing it on YouTube, on another video. I was like, that looks really hard. I'm gonna try that. So I did. Never got it super clean, and it felt awful. But they are doable. They're just really, really hard. All right, let's go hit some quads, guys, and then we'll move from there. Whew. Bicycle dips? What do you mean bicycle dips, Ryan? I've done dips while riding a spin bike. Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? If you guys haven't seen that video, it's a pretty good video. How's it going, Alma? Typically in training to parallel, but in comp you have to break parallel. But in training, typically parallel. Sometimes I'll do some depth squats though. But I don't know what you mean by bicycle dips. How do you mean? Maybe I call them something else. I've done dips on a spin bike before, like with a spin bike chained to myself, but I've never done, you mean like with bicycle kicks? It varies throughout the year, Alec, but anywhere between, in the slower parts of the year, somewhere in the 20s, and then in the busier parts of the year, it can be up to 40. I've had up to 40 clients at the same time. So, in person, mind you, most of them at least. Yeah, we've done those, Pat. We've done those, Ryan. Okay, so there's bicycle kicks. Yeah, those are very doable. I thought there was something special. You guys should check out my dip video where I tied where I chained the spin bike to myself. That was a fun one to record, I'll tell you that. That was a fun one. Typically, no training to failure. Not good for what we're trying to accomplish. We're gonna do full brick here, guys. I don't watch a lot of Dragon Ball. I've seen bits and pieces, but I don't really watch Dragon Ball. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, let's grab this. Set of 7. Let's go. Don't do what? Don't watch Dragon Ball? Favorite anime?
Hold on. Favorite anime. I'm probably going to upset a couple people with this. But I'm about to give you a favorite anime is going to be Avatar. I'm about to upset a few people because some people don't agree that that's an anime, but it is. Yeah, 9 likes or 10 likes to go until we hit 100. It'd be appreciated, guys. That'd be an awesome threshold to hit tonight. All right. Avatar: The Last Airbender, best anime. I know it's going to upset some people, but so I grew up with anime going in my house. So we had like all of the Naruto series on disc. So we had that at one point. So I watched a lot of Naruto growing up. Avatar, Naruto, Death Note was a good one. I loved Death Note. That was before they made the live action. I never saw the live action. I saw Death Note like 10 years ago when it was first coming out. I don't know if it was first coming out, but when it was still relatively new, that was a really good series. There's been a few others over time, but those are like my favorite that I can say offhand. I'll say one that I never finished, that I started and never finished, that everybody seems to love, right? And I probably should finish it because it wasn't bad, was Attack on Titan. I never finished it. I didn't get very far, actually, in it. So. No, we don't do work to failure. Different type of work. My wife has watched all of the Berserk series. I believe all of it. I didn't watch Berserk. No, it wasn't my style. Full Metal Alchemist top tier, right? Saw that years and years ago. So I prefer conventional deadlift. Sumo will help you move more weight generally. It's an easier lift. So if you're in competition, sumo is an advantage typically. That's a full brick, by the way. We got one more set here. Yeah, I don't watch a ton of it anymore. I don't watch a lot of TV at all, guys. The only time I watch anime generally at this point is when I'm watching it with my wife. So Howl's Moving Castle, amazing movie. If you guys aren't familiar, everybody should be familiar at this point. It's a lot more popular now, but that's the only one of the movies that I've actually seen, though. Yeah. Let's grab one more set here, guys. One more set for 7, and then we're going to call it a night on the workout portion. We're going to go chat. So I didn't like Spirited Away. It was too weird for me. It was too much going on. It was a lot of plot points all in one movie. I like a singular plot point being followed in a movie typically. I can follow 2 or 3 plot points or something that's a little bit more intricate if there's like an underlying development, right? But when you have like 11 stories happening in one movie, I feel like it's just too hectic. So I tend to gravitate towards movies that are very like plot centric, right? There's not like 11 different stories happening at once. I like to follow a specific path on a movie. So All right, let's grab another set. One more set. One more set of 7 full break quads, and then we're going to go chat for a little while. Hold on. Checking the chat. I've never seen Fight Club, no. I've never seen Fight Club. I haven't seen a lot of movies. I've heard Fight Club is like a must-see movie, and I just haven't seen it. I don't watch movies, guys. These animes I'm talking about that I've watched, they're almost purely only watched with, I would say they're only watched with my wife, other than maybe Avatar and Naruto. I watched those before we got together because they were out when I was a kid. But even then, I think I finished those series with her. I didn't actually watch the full series until we were already dating. So, and those have been over the course of like 13 years. So, I've never seen Fight Club. I'm about to upset a few people in this stream. Are you guys ready? We've talked about this before. Let me grab my milk because we're going to have a long conversation after I tell you guys these movies, all right? We talked about it the other night, but if you guys weren't here for it, I'm about to blow your mind. I'm about to upset a lot of people really fast. So, movies that Powerlifter Chris has not seen. That is the topic at hand at the moment, right? That is the topic at hand. We got a good pump going tonight. I've never seen Rocky. That's one of them. We got a good pump going tonight. Arms are feeling good, so. I've never seen Rocky. I've never seen Fight Club. I've never seen Rocky. Never seen Fight Club. I've never seen The Lion King. I've never seen The Godfather. What's the other big ones? I've never seen Die Hard. Never seen Jaws. Never seen Goodfellas. No, not Megamind. I don't have time, David. I don't have time. Never seen Scarface. I don't watch TV. I don't watch movies. I don't have time, David. I get like I between family and work and working out, I don't have time. But when I go home, I'm gonna go to sleep. When I go home, I'm gonna go to sleep. You got to realize, David, that I've had children since I was like 16 or 17 years old. I had my first child very young, so I've been very busy my entire adult life. Whoa. Oh no, I enjoy it. It's one of the best. It's one of the best things that's ever happened to me, David. I just don't have time for a movie. Oh, I got you. I have 3 children. Hey, Northflow, what's up? Long time no see. Never seen Terminator. Nope, never seen Terminator. It would be easier to find out. Like, I've seen very few movies. I have seen James and the Giant Peach. I don't like it. It's all good, David. I got the sarcasm. Don't worry. My wife's name is Brittany. Full upper body and a little bit of legs. A little bit of legs. Never seen Rambo. Guys, I haven't seen most movies. Most movies. I'll tell you the one genre of movie that I did watch. I've seen parts of Titanic. I haven't seen the full movie. The one movie one type of movie that I've seen a lot of is zombie movies. I've seen a lot of zombie movies. I love the genre zombies. Zombies is my favorite genre of movie. So, yes, actually, Mossberg. Yes, that one I've seen. Haven't seen Training Day. I watched the first 2 seasons of Walking Dead, I think it was. I didn't like it after the first 2 seasons. No Pulp Fiction for me, but I did watch the first 2 seasons of Walking Dead. I have seen the Goonies. I went out and saw the Goonie Rocks. I've seen Train to Busan, Cake. I have seen Train to Busan. Train to Busan, top tier. It's one of my favorite zombie movies. The first Train to Busan movie, I would say it's probably my favorite zombie movie current. So, I have seen Richie Rich, yes. Never seen Ted, no. No Ghostbusters. No Ghostbusters. You guys are naming some movies I've never even heard of. I've never heard of Swiss Army Man. Or Pink Flamingo. Or Mia the White Lion and the White Lion. I've never even heard of those ones. Yeah, if I haven't seen the mainstream movies, probably haven't seen some of those, I'd imagine. Pumping Iron, I haven't. I've been informed I need to watch it, but I have not. I've seen the Harry Potter series, yes. I've seen the Harry Potter series. I grew up on that. Are these mainstream movies, Mossberg? I've never heard of that. I've never even heard of Pink Flamingo. No, I have Rocky on DVD. It's an item I plan on watching. I have not watched it. I have the full series. I just haven't watched it. I just don't have time. I'm not saying these movies are bad, guys. No, I haven't seen Star Wars. I watched bits and pieces of Star Wars over my childhood. Never liked Star Wars. The Fox and the Hound. Actually, I've seen parts. My wife is a big Fox and the Hound fan, but I haven't watched the whole movie. I Am Legend. I have seen I Am Legend. Never seen Breaking Bad. The Harry Potter series is iconic, David. It's a top tier series. I'll tell you what is the best movie series, hands down. Almost everybody's probably going to agree it's at least in their top 10, I'd imagine. Lord of the Rings trilogy. The original trilogy, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, amazing movies. Top tier. Never seen Ocean's 11 or 12, I guess. Hey, Wanda. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, 2 of my top series. I did actually see the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I saw one of the remakes of Godzilla. My wife wanted to watch it. I was waiting on the same thing, David, for a long time. I think everybody of our generation waited on their Hogwarts letter, right? So I just don't have time to watch movies. That's all it is. No, I don't think I've seen that. Favorite book? I don't know if I have a favorite book, I'm gonna be honest. I've read a good few books, but I don't have a favorite book. I've been in the room while it was playing Mossberg. I can't say I paid that much attention. And I'm not saying these are bad movies, guys. I'm just saying I haven't personally experienced them. Jurassic Park is a yes. I have seen Jurassic Park. Roblox is a game, and I don't play Roblox. No, David. No, I haven't seen that one. Actually, I haven't seen that one. Not my gig. Not my gig. No Deepwater Horizon. Which avatar are we talking about? Which avatar are we talking about? Because I've seen, obviously, like the famous movie Avatar, and I've seen the series Avatar. But if we're talking about the live action based on the anime, that's terrible. Yeah, I've seen that one. The Last Airbender is top tier series. The Last Airbender is a top tier series. I've watched a lot of the Karate Kid movie. I've never finished it. Never finished it. Never finished it. I'll tell you guys, there was a certain time, I don't know if it's still a thing, but do y'all remember when like Harry Potter movies were first coming out and it had the big Harry Potter website where you could go in and they had all the Harry Potter games and you could like find out which one you were going to be or whatever. You could get like sorting hatted into the different ones based on the personality tests. Do y'all remember that? Or is that like a unique experience for me? Because I remember being on that website trying to figure out which house I was going to end up being in, right? So, never seen Bloodsport. But I feel like the internet isn't for that anymore. Like it used to be like you'd go to websites to do things for those specific things. Now everything is on like shared websites. So I don't watch baseball as a sport. No, it's too slow going for me. It's too slow going for me, to be honest. No, I'm not military. I was a prison guard for a little while. I'm a full-time fitness coach. And I manage this gym. I was a prison guard for a little while, but I wasn't military. Men's prison. I don't train martial arts, no. I'm a powerlifter. I don't want to be Jay Slice. I don't know. I grew up in a military household. It's just I was a prison guard. I'm good. I'm not willing to take the pay cut, Jay Slice. I'm gonna be honest. Not willing to take the pay cut. There's a difference between police and a prison guard. 100%. So I will say this: it's got its benefits, right? It's got its benefits, but if you're already established and need a certain amount of income, it's probably not going to be ideal for you. If you have time to build that up and get sorted, you don't have a family already and stuff, it can be beneficial. I have no problem with people that I love the military. I don't have any issue with the military at all. Have I ever played a video game as a child? Yes, I played a lot of video games as a child. I don't think I'd consider myself a sleeper build. I know the camera's a little. I know the black clothing I wear often, and the camera's a little bit deceiving because my lighting is terrible. But I'm relatively large.
most people don't know how much I can lift, but I don't look like I don't lift. Does that make sense? So, all right, doggy. To strengthen my ankles, nothing in particular strengthen my ankles. I played a lot of Counter-Strike and a lot of StarCraft. Those are like my two. A lot of Counter-Strike, a lot of StarCraft. Those were like probably my two. I played some WoW. I played a lot of games. I was a gamer growing up. I still play games from time to time, but Counter-Strike was definitely one of the most hours I put in. Any crazy prison guard stories? I've done the prison guard stories before. Honestly, guys, being a prison guard isn't as exciting as you would think. It's not as much going on as you would think on a daily basis. Now I've heard that the women's prisons are a little bit more wild as far as like things happening from time to time. But I never had any problems in the prison, guys. I didn't. When I was a prison guard, people left me alone for the most part. I kind of just stood there and never really had any issues. Now, did things happen? Yeah, but it was rare. You know, you're there for 12 hours, you know, you kind of stand there for 12 hours. Honestly, I just stood there in a vest for 12 hours and then checked cells every now and again and put trays in cell doors. And I mean, once in a while you'd have someone throw food or a tray at you when they got mad. But guys, most people in prison committed their crimes. And I was at a full like a maximum security prison, right? I was a guard at a maximum security prison. So we housed pretty much like anybody that had a lot of time, right? And you would think, oh, maximum security, it's got to be dangerous. Yes, it was dangerous, but not in the way you think. As long as you were cognitive of your surroundings, you generally did okay. No, I mean so usually how it would go is you'd open up one floor at a time. So you could have anywhere from, if it was a day where they were locked down, you'd have a few people out doing cleanup and stuff. But a lot of the time, like I've been in blocks that had 40 or 50 people out at once. 40 or 50 people just roaming the block. So, and there's definitely been some times like where at one point we had like 10, 15 people, you know, crowding into the sergeant's office on the block, screaming at one of the, at the other CO on the block while I was there. And you kind of just have to stand your ground. It's just me and this other CO. She was probably about yay big, you know. I don't remember what her name was or anything. I wouldn't give her name on stream, but, you know, so you got 15, 20 people screaming into the room, right? And you're in there, the door's open, and to get from the sergeant's office out of the block, you have to go through these people. There's no back door, right? So you have to walk through all those people that are angry at you. So it's mostly about learning to diffuse situations. Because fighting 15 people doesn't sound like a good time, no matter what. So, Uber's a tough gig, Lisa. Uber's a tough gig, Lisa. I have all the respect in the world for Ubers. Oh, you're in an Uber. I thought you were an Uber. I didn't realize you did Uber. You're in an Uber. Got you. I read that wrong. But it wasn't really. That's a very interesting progression, Lisa. It's a very interesting progression for the night. Hopefully you had a good time. I don't know if that's a good or a bad sign, Lisa. I don't know if that's a good or a bad sign, I'll be honest.
But yeah, no. So yeah, no, that's my prison experience. When I was a prison guard, I didn't have a lot of problems. So now I think we did have one guard got into it. Probably the worst I saw with the guards was we did have one that got into a fight. He had to fight with like 4 or 5 inmates. But he won. He was just never able to go back on that block again. But he did win. He actually had to have a cast on his hand. He had broken his hand during the fight. He took his vest off. He took his vest off to fight them. That's crazy work. So, because we had vests that were stab proof. So, being at a max, you had to have that. I remember one point pulling there was a bag, essentially like a wrapped bag of weapons. So, but I wasn't the contraband guy, so I didn't have to worry about that. So, Contraband had more troubles. Contraband had more troubles than the guards. So, because they were always You'd be surprised what you find in prison cells too. We found an entire working moonshine still. The guy was making moonshine, like a working still. Like he had all the stuff going in there. He was making like top tier alcohol in that cell. He had piping and everything running. He pulled pipe out of the wall to make it work. And then we had a guy had a turtle. He had a pet turtle that was found in his cell. They let him keep it. He had a pet turtle. He was feeding it fruit from commissary. The moonshine kill was crazy work. Was crazy work. The turtle, yeah, I asked because I was there that day that it happened. They're like going through the cell and I'm standing outside, just like watching the tools and whatnot. And they're like, check this out. And there's just a whole turtle in a box with some fruit and like some lettuce, right? Hey, we just hit 100 likes, it looks like. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate it. That's a lot of support. That's awesome. That's really cool, guys. I appreciate it. But he had a turtle in there, and they're like, check this out. And I was like, what are we gonna do about the turtle? They're like, well, we can't really. They're like, just let him keep it. They're like, what are we gonna do with the turtle? You know, like, what are we gonna do? Put it outside? It probably isn't gonna be okay if we put it outside. You know, it's not gonna survive. So we're just like, all right, exactly. We didn't see it. I guess is what I guess was the thought process. I wasn't involved, so it was about this big. It was a turtle about that big. I don't know where he got it. I honestly have no idea where he got the turtle from. I have no idea where he got the turtle from. We had we had cats that would roam the grounds from time to time. So you had cats all over the prison complex because people would drop food for them when they're walking by. You'd be surprised. They definitely had yard time, yes. I have not watched The Goodfellas, no. They would dig holes. So they'd take like pieces of metal and they would scrape through the concrete wall. And then they would paste up like pieces of paper with toothpaste to make it look like the wall, right? And they were very, very good at it. They'd take, I guess, the dust and color the toothpaste to the color of the dust from the wall that they were scraping out, I guess. And they would actually like plaster the wall back so it looked like wall. You had to take a pen and tap the wall if you wanted to find holes in the wall. So they would dig holes through the wall and they'd pull piping and metal pieces out of the wall. It did, but they got nothing but time. They got nothing but time. They got all day to do it. all day. So a lot of those guys, if they just took that level of effort and applied it in other things, they do extremely well in life. But they didn't apply it in the proper areas, obviously. So there was a lot of toothpaste being used in prisons, yes. But in their defense, the toothpaste that the prisons provided, no one wants to put that stuff in their mouth. That toothpaste was awful. The toothpaste is awful. The prison supply, what is it called? What's the name of the company that provides all the prison supplies? God, what's the name of it? It's got the same name as like that talk show host or that game show host, but it's not his company. What is it called? Oh, hold on. What is it called? Does any? I guess not everybody in here would know, but anything that the prison supplied was terrible quality. Terrible quality. Generally taste terrible. It didn't really stick to your teeth, I imagine. I didn't have to use it, thank goodness. But it was very slick. So yeah, anything that the prison provided and wasn't off a commissary, you can is Bob Barker, that's what it was. Bob Barker was the name of the company that made all that stuff. If you type in Bob Barker prison goods, you can find the website where they sell all of it. But anything that the prison provided to you that wasn't a blanket, you probably should question. And even the blankets were questionable half the time. So when I tell you, I watched how they did the laundry, right? By the way, prison laundry room, disgusting. There's no reason to work. I did not want to work in that laundry room. Because a lot of the time when we had lockdowns during COVID, we had to work laundry or we had to work food industry or food service. But I've seen how they do those laundry like the laundry. It's like 50 people worth of laundry, right? And then they toss like a cup worth of detergent, or they press a button and like a cup worth of detergent comes out. So yeah, the food's awful. The food's awful. When I was working at the prison, they were working on the roofs, the ceilings in the prison. So they just had open ceiling tiles over the food, and people were complaining they were getting sick. So no, we don't do music on the stream. No. So I'll tell you and you guys can find some videos on like prison trays and stuff on YouTube, what like prison trays look like. But I'll tell you right now, one of the worst trays that we had, it was one boiled hot dog, right? One boiled hot dog on white bread, a slice of white bread, right? And sometimes they'd get two. I think it might have been two boiled hot dogs, one slice of white bread. They got it was a teaspoon. You had a teaspoon that you tap on the tray of ketchup, 1 teaspoon of mustard on the tray, and then boiled cabbage. Boiled cabbage, 2 boiled hot dogs, slice of white bread, and a tap of mustard and a tap of ketchup. It may have been 2 slices of white bread. And that was like a routine meal. That was a very common meal. And they'd get like a bag of milk sometimes with it, or they'd get like a bag of juice or a bag of milk. So the bars of soap were the worst. I tried using one of them. Obviously I didn't have to use a lot of the prison products as a guard, but there was an incident where I had to wash my hands, right? And there was a point where I had to wash my hands, and all I had was the prison soap, the little mini square Bob Barker prison soap bar. And I'll tell you right now, that soap doesn't lather. It doesn't lather. I was sitting there with the whole bar for like 10 minutes trying to lather my hands. So the best prison tray, I guess it depends on the prison you were working or unfortunately incarcerated at. It depends on the prison. Our chicken trays typically were the most appealing looking trays, because it's really hard to mess up like grilled, like baked chicken. So yeah, so I think the standard is they're supposed to get like 2,000 calories a day, like minimum. I will tell you, from my perspective, looking at the trays, and I can't guarantee that this was the calorie count. If I look back at it now, they probably weren't getting 1,500. So yeah, chicken quarters. Chicken quarters were it. That was definitely a routine item once a week. Oh, the bologna sandwiches were like the worst to see. The bologna sandwiches, the bologna, it wasn't right. It wasn't right. Yeah, they typically were less than 2,000, I would say. I would say it was less than 2,000 calories most days. No, these are state-run prisons, state-run prisons. Yeah, we didn't have none of that I ever saw Mossberg. That would have been a big deal tray. So that would have been a big time tray. There would have been people trading entire bags of commissary for something like that. It just there's something about the bologna just didn't sit right. It just didn't look right. To me, it might have been fine. But it was like, so when they got bologna sandwiches, it was a slice of bologna, 2 slices of bread. That was the bologna sandwich. There wasn't anything special. You got the little bit of ketchup and mustard on the side, I think, still, but yeah. And God forbid you end up in you end up in lockup, right? And you end up on the neutral loaf. That stuff ain't no joke. If you've ever seen a neutral loaf on TV, it looks like it looks on TV. That is the one thing that I will say is definitely accurate to the TV shows. That neutral loaf looks horrifying. We didn't have weights on our yard. We didn't have a gym. They weren't able to have weights on our yards. So we had a gym. We had a gym as guards. So we had a small gym. I'm 30. We had a small gym that we could use as a guard, but we could sign in and sign out. But those were actually the prison weights. So those were actually the ones for the inmates before the riots that we had here. After the riots, they took all the weights off the yard and they never went back. But at the same time, so there was a point in South Carolina where they took weights off the yard. They got rid of conjugal visits, and they took cigarettes and outside clothing and actual cash off the yard all at the same time. So, and it caused a lot of animosity, as you would imagine, when you stop conjugal visits, take away cigarettes. So I wasn't employed there when the riots happened. The riots were very, very bad, though. The riots were very, very bad. A lot of people did not make it through the riots. So. So that's usually not the best question to ask. Some people don't mind answering those kind of questions, but mostly because they took all that stuff off the yard. 355 is my bench PR. Just under a year, Grandma Sue. I didn't work there for a ton of time. Just under a year. I weigh 175. I've heard the camps or the low level prisons are a lot more relaxed. So when here in South Carolina, when you work as a guard, right? You go in and you actually do OJT, so on job training. You're working as a guard for up to 90 days before you ever go to school for it, right? So I'll be a guard. I was a guard for like 2 months before I ever stepped foot in a classroom to learn how to be a guard. I was already working on units and in lockup, in control rooms, on the yard, I worked every part of the prison, right? I just had another officer with me, right? So when I finally went to go to learn the ins and outs of being a guard later on, yeah, it is crazy, right? We walked into the classroom and I showed up and I had my full vest on, right? I had my full vest on, and they're like, "Why are you have your vest on here?" It was like it was a school, but there was usually inmates that would like clean it up and stuff. So I wore my vest. No one told me not to. And one of the guys that worked one of the level 1 camps walked up and he's like, "You guys have vests?" And I was like, "You don't have vests?" They're like, "No, we don't wear vests." And I was like, "You don't get one at all?" They're like, "No." And I was like, "Why do you?" They're like, "Why do you have one?" I was like, "Because at the other prisons there's risk involved, I guess. I don't know." And so that blew my mind. They didn't wear vests, and I was like, "Okay." And then they mentioned they got to leave the facility to go eat lunch. Blew my mind because we couldn't leave the facility to eat lunch. You ate lunch at the facility. You brought your food in as a guard. It all got searched. We got x-rayed every day going into the facility. I had a daily x-ray, almost daily x-ray. There was only a couple times I got to skip the x-ray and I got patted down and put through a metal detector. But I got almost a daily x-ray for almost a year. So a lot of people don't realize that part. Daily x-ray. Yep. You had to step up on the little x-ray machine. They scanned you. People would sneak all kinds of stuff in. Iowa State, I'd never been out in Iowa. I imagine it was not a fun time there. But I do a full body workout every night, Harry. Full body workout every night. Let's do some chest flies while we talk, guys. I'm still got some energy in my tank, so we'll do some chest flies real quick. Guys, there's no matter how many security protocols they put in place, things got into the prison. Things got into the prison. Where there was a will, there was a way. Where there was a will, there was a way. A lot of the time, guys, it was guards sneaking things into the prison, to be honest. It was very common to have guards getting walked off. So but yeah, and a lot of the time, like, cell phones were super common. There were so many cell phones in prison. People don't realize that. Everybody had a cell phone, just about. Everybody had a cell phone. That was the part that blew my mind, is how quickly cell phones got into the prisons. So I was a prison guard. I wasn't an inmate, but I was a prison guard. I think it's the new way to say alpha, David. I think that's what that means. Yeah, full stack. Yeah, there's tablets in the prisons now. Everybody gets a tablet, state issued tablet. They can do video calls, they can play games, they can watch movies, they can surf the internet. They got a state issued tablet. How's it going? Who's that? Bella, how's it going? Yeah, they get given their tablets and they just have them in their cells typically. Nice. So the idea behind the tablets, in my mind, honestly, the state wants to kind of be able to track what they're doing on the internet, and they knew that one way or another they were going to get on the internet. This was an easier way to keep track of the prisoners. So no chocolate milk, no chocolate. We do whole milk.
Yeah, so no, I don't do any fighting sport. No. A weightlifter. I'm a powerlifter. I'm a powerlifter. Professional powerlifter. No, I'm doing all right. No reason to control the negative any more than I already am. I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. This is just to kill time during the stream. This is just so when we chat, I have something to focus in on. These are relatively easy. I already said I don't do any MMA or BJJ, no. Powerlifting is my sport. We do a full upper body and some legs every night. Yeah, so the difference between really slow and just a normal controlled, like as long as you're not letting go, right? As long as there's some form of control there, you still feel the pressure of the weight. The difference is very minimal. So, no, it's open. No cardio for me. No cardio for me. Ugh. We are running up on the close of the stream though, guys. We got about 8 minutes left and I gotta go get some sleep. No, I don't plan on adding any cardio. It's all about moving weight. All about moving weight for me. My cardio is pretty good. A lot of people think because I don't train cardio specific movements that I just don't have good cardio. I have decent cardio. It depends on what time what time do I start here? Whenever I feel like it. I'm more of an on-call worker, if that makes sense. Probably about 2 months out from competition right now. We'll see. I haven't decided if I'm going to that one yet or not. Hold on. Yeah, I'm planning on going live in the morning. I won't make any guarantees yet, but I'll put an announcement out if I am. It'll probably, so I've got a meeting I have to attend at 12. Other work stuff, but it's before 12 for sure. But that'll be members only. So if you guys want to do the morning stream, that is going to be a members only stream. And then we'll do the regular live stream tomorrow later in the day. There's still going to be everybody live stream later that day, but there's going to be a members live stream in the morning. So I already answered that, Harry. No, I've never been to Europe. I don't plan on going to Europe. It's not on my list of things I want to do, really. Yeah. 30 years old. Yeah, I don't ever plan on going to Europe, honestly. The only place I think see you, Mossberg. You have a good one. Appreciate you being here. The only place I think no MMA, no BJJ. I can't keep answering that question. I appreciate the conversation, but I've definitely answered the question a few times. The only country I think I'd ever travel to would be Scotland. Just sounds like fun, but I don't even plan on going there. But if I was gonna travel, I'd probably go to Scotland. But Europe's never really appealed to me as a travel destination, if that makes sense. There's plenty of places for me to travel in the US. We're gonna be ending in about 4 minutes, I'll be live again in about 6 to 7 hours though for the member live stream, guys. I'm gonna sleep and you guys are gonna get to see morning Chris, which is not nearly as energetic as nighttime Chris. But that's members, guys, so I'll put an announcement out. Nope, I don't plan on traveling. There's plenty of places for me to travel in the US that I haven't been. I don't plan on traveling out of the country, probably at least in the next 2 or 3 decades. So people outside the US don't understand how big the US actually is. It's absolutely massive. If I want to see any environment in the world, I can see it in the US. Any climate, oops, sorry about that. Any climate, any environment I want to see, I can find it in the US. And I haven't been everywhere in the US, so I don't plan on traveling outside the US. So I had an update pop up. I had to fix it. All right, Saray. Saray's been here all night. I appreciate it, Saray. No. All right. But yeah, the sheer size of the U.S., you'd be hard up to travel all 50 states in the U.S. in a lifetime, efficiently. Hold on, let me find the map. There was a map I looked at one time, right? Hold on. 1 second. Let me show you this map. Hold on, let me get it pulled up. Hold on, dang it, this computer's running slow. All right. I'm going to show you this picture. So I want you guys to understand the pure size, right? That's California, and that's the entire country of Germany. So California runs from Hamburg, or the border of Denmark, top of Germany, all the way down to Bosnia. So that is like crossing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 countries in just the state of California. Okay? Here's a good one. Here's Texas in Europe, right? So you can fit all of Germany, or just about all of Germany, Czech Republic, Austria, a portion of Italy, Switzerland, and the top northern part of France, including Paris, just in Texas, right? Just in Texas, right? That is Texas compared to Europe. For me to travel, so if you're from Europe, this is the craziest thing I've ever one of the craziest things as far as travel I've ever encountered, right? So a lot of people in Europe will say they're going on like a weekend trip or things like that. I've heard people I'm friends with in Europe say, I'm going to go on a weekend trip, and they're going to go to another country, right? A weekend is not long enough, right? It takes 2 days for me to travel across Texas from one point to the other if I take a break to sleep. I can travel across it in 24 hours if I take an efficient route and don't sleep. But for me to go from South Carolina to like central-ish Texas, which is crossing like 3 states, it took me 19 hours of driving time alone. 19 hours of just driving. And that's East Coast to the Midwest. It's almost a 3-day drive for me to go from one coast to the other in the US alone. 3 days of just actual like hands on the wheel. So people, if you're not from the US, it can be a little jarring how big the US is in comparison to other countries. You can put like 2 of the UK in Texas alone, just one state. But, it's been a fun stream, guys. We had a good time. Yeah, it's massive. America as a continent is massive. It is. And here's the thing is people are like, okay, well, you're going to experience the same thing in one state as the other. Absolutely not. The culture in different states vary so wildly, right? I haven't been to Alaska. I want to go to Alaska. It sounds like an awesome time. But the cultures in different states vary so wildly, right? I've been on the West Coast. I've been to, places like Washington. I've been to Oregon. The culture in Oregon, Washington is drastically different to the Southeast. Never been to Canada, no, but I've been in the Northeast close to Canada, and it's about the same, I'd imagine. Very close, very close. And then you have the Midwest is different even from the East Coast. And then you have even city to city, right? Is drastic changes. I can travel out to the coast of South Carolina, and I'll tell you right now, me living in central South Carolina, I live right around Columbia, right? That's the capital here, right? If I go to the coast, even though I've been living in South Carolina my entire adult life, and for most of my life at this point, I've been in South Carolina, right? I can go to the coast now and I can find people with accents and like a whole different culture that I've never experienced. There's people on the coast of South Carolina that you try and listen to what they're saying, and the accent is a mix. It's like a mixture of like Creole and English and like broken French a lot of the time. I wouldn't say broken French, just like their own version of French. It's very, I don't even know how to explain it. But like my wife's grandfather, he would say entire sentences from time to time, and I only be able to pick up 2 or 3 words. I knew what he was saying, but I had to process what they were saying. Not because they weren't good at speaking, but because their accents and the words they were used were different. They had meaning behind them, but it was almost its own language, right? That Creole accent is hard to keep up with sometimes. They have their own way of speaking, and they'll get their point across quick, but you got to know what to pick up and what to leave. Sometimes there's extra words in there in the South, right? So there you go, David. There you go. It's a whole different language. It really is. And I was in Oregon. She's from here. But I was in Oregon. And there's a place in Oregon, the entire city is German. The entire city is German. And that's just what you experience here. There's like, we're driving through Oregon into the mountains, right? And we hit the city, and the entire city is German. The architecture looks German. They speak German. They're all like, a few generations removed now, but they all came from Germany at one point, and they're all German. And there's a place in Oregon that's all Russian. It's very Russian. And it's like a whole city of just people with Russian culture. That one I haven't visited. I saw that. I did not visit that one, but I did go through the German town while I was going to the mountains. That's what you can experience a lot of things in the U.S. just by driving in the one state you're in. So, it's kind of jarring from time to time. You'll get out of a car in like a random city you've never been to, and it's a whole different world from where you're from. So, luckily we moved around a lot, and I've experienced a lot of different cultures, and I've experienced a lot of different things. So I do pretty well no matter where I'm at in the US. I do very well adapting to the different environments, but, it's one of those things, if you're not ready for it, it can throw you off. So, but that is the stream for the night, guys. I had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time. I'm going to go recover from the fire truck pull this morning and prep for the potential of a stream here in like another 7 or 8 hours. Probably 7 hours. Probably 7 hours from the next stream. Maybe 8 hours. If I get lucky, I'll catch 8 hours of sleep. But I'm going to try and stream before 11 o'clock. And it's going to be like a 30 or a 40-minute stream, guys. It's not going to be super long, but it's a member stream. And then later on tomorrow, we'll do the regular stream, of course. So we'll have a regular stream tomorrow night, just as normal. So, but all right. Yeah, we're doing a member stream, David, like 8 hours from now. Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. You guys deserve it. You guys deserve it.
So we're gonna have some coffee together. You know, trying to do before 11 o'clock because I have to. Yeah, I'll post it, David, so you can kind of get the gist of everything and you can watch it back. But maybe 11. I don't know. I have no idea yet. I may wake up and not be able to do it. It just depends on how my morning goes. But I want to do one tomorrow. If we don't do tomorrow, it'll be Monday. I'm gonna do the announcement tomorrow morning at some point. So if you see the announcement go out, that'll be when you know it's happening. I make no promises until that stream pops up though, because my mornings get hectic with the babies. So, but I'm gonna do my best. We're gonna do a stream with some coffee and chill out is the plan. And I've got stuff I have to do at 12 o'clock. So I'm gonna do it before 12 for sure. But all right, y'all have a good one. I will see y'all tomorrow at some point, and appreciate y'all being here.